You want to say anything while I get this done, Bob?
Sure. I was watching, because in the evening I watch at 11 o'clock and slightly thereafter, I watch CNBC to see the prices coming out of Japan and also early European prices. And Jim Cramer delivered a recommendation, and he recommended Agnico Eagle very, very strongly for those of you who are interested in that stock. So I thought I'd mention that. I tried to get a CNBC, one of those replays, but I wasn't able to do so. Maybe if someone's got one, they can send it in. And so that's good. He also mentioned Gold Corp, which he didn't hold in as high in esteem, but he expects the Agnico Eagle to do very well. In regard to gold, I think it's very intriguing, and of course we really don't know the answer, but it's very intriguing that the Japanese would lend the IMF $100 billion. I mean, I just can't help but think that subscribers to the IMF, who would be the people who would donate gold to the IMF, pledged it. Japan and probably others probably pledged gold for that. The gold would be coming ostensibly, supposedly, from the IMF or be in behalf of the IMF to solve their financial problem. They're giving money away like mad. And we're just saying they're lending it, but they're giving it away. Believe me. And so, that would be the collateralization involved. And I think really that's what's going on. Japan could be a seller if they chose, but, once haven't taken delivery. But I don't think so. I think it's a way to get rid of dollars, and it's really a gift. I'm surprised. Maybe China's done the same thing. We don't know it. And, maybe they announced this not thinking that we'd back into what they might be doing, if you know what I mean. So anyway, I find it interesting to speculate about. And I'll probably get into it on Saturday's issue. There's so much going on out there that this week I probably have, I would say, maybe 17 links on the email version, because there was so much to cover. I just couldn't write about it all, and I didn't want to hand you 60 or 70 pages. So with the links, you can pick and choose what you want to read. But there's some wonderful articles on all sorts of things in that section. And so take a hard look at it. And those of you who are not subscribers who would like to get a copy, you can contact Melody at 800-375-4188. That's 800-375-4188. And she'll inform us, and we'll send a copy out to you.
Thank you, Bob. Here's the question from Chris, and I'd be more than happy to do that. So, folks, yes, give us a call at 800-375-4188. Should the middle class get wiped out, who exactly is going to be classified as the group with disposable income over the next 2 to 7 years?
Those who are left who have income. 1/3 of the population is going to be out of work, so that's not so hot. And so the other 2/3 who do still have jobs, they're the ones who are going to have their taxes raised on them if they're not, in some kind of warfare in the streets. I mean, everything is so dicey here. You don't know how to plan because anything can happen. I mean, the situation is totally fluid from here on out. And we don't know when the powers behind government are going to try to either provoke a incident where civilians will get involved in shooting with either with law enforcement or military, or we don't know when the United States government and the people who control it are going to have another false flag incident such as 9/11. And there are terrorist groups in the United States. They are training. There's a number of them. And the government knows all about it, but they don't do anything about it. So that means that they want them to stay in place, and maybe they're even bankrolling them for all we know. I mean, they're so evil, it's unbelievable.
Do you have any ideas when we talk about jobs and the people that will be able to keep their jobs, how they'll continue to make their money, or where will the opportunities, I think, will be the top 3 professions that will be able to make money?
I've had a lot of people ask me that, and it's so hard because this depression is going to be so encompassing. I mean, there's going to be so many people that are out of work. And, I'm getting letters from people who are executives in insurance companies that make, $250,000, $500,000 a year, and saying, business has dropped off tremendously. What's going to happen? What do I do? And I don't know what the answer is. I know that the staples of life are food, transportation. So I would imagine jobs within that field will continue to function. The government's not going to lay anybody off, and inflation will continue in a rampant manner, and wages will not go up. It's going to be a terrible squeeze. And, of course, in part it would be helped if we enacted tariffs, and just based upon the fact not only that we're going to export anymore, that we're going to be able to complete our own products, build our own products for our own domestic economy.
And that was a notice for the 30 seconds left of the program, and Chris has sent us several questions, and we'll have to get to them on Monday. But thank you, Chris, for sending us. We do appreciate everyone's questions, and we always need questions for the program. Before your golden